teacher and friend, Ananda Abinou, January.
Good morning.
Morning.
Are there any questions this morning?
Could you just explain the mother-father God as opposed to a unisex God?
Okay. When we speak of the MotherFather God, we are actually speaking not sexually, but the base of energy that is required to make the whole thing work. To work, if you look at all things, they work because there are two forces that appear to be in opposition, but really are in cooperation. The Mother God is like the emptiness, or the emptiness of mind. You'll reach those states of being in your meditation where there is no thought at all. This is representative of the Mother God, the emptiness. The Father God speaks to the aggression, the first thought. In the first thought, if any thought is held in a vacuum, that thought becomes reality. So reality was born from the first thought. I think if you look at the Bible, it says in the beginning, there was the Word. Well, the Word is the thought, the aggressive side. From this principle, from this force, we call the Mother-Father God. More accurately, not the Mother God and the Father God, but the Mother-Father God. I say Mother-Father God because before there was the aggressive side, there was the passive side. When we look at that in nature, that law permeates all of nature. The female body is negative or negative space. The male body is aggressive or plus space. The force is electricity. You have one that has too much, the positive side. The negative side does not have enough, therefore it takes the electrons from the positive side, and that causes something to happen. So it is in this way that we speak of the Mother-Father God. The Father God is the recognition. From that recognition, when we recognize it, instantaneously, it was love. Came the Son of God, love. Son of God, because it is a thing, a thought, a feeling, an experience, which makes it aggressive rather than passive. So if we look at the word Christ in it, or Christos in its root meaning, means love. Love. So, if that gives you an explanation of the Mother-Father God.
Yes.
Now,
More like the positive and negative, and there's no separation.
yes, right.
Okay.
There is no separation. That's absolutely correct, because one does not make sense without the other, if that makes sense. Okay. With these wondrous thoughts, or with the dream, the spirit that is mankind was born. Because of the, shall we say, absolute concentration of God, the life force that was man is sustained forever. Now this presents a problem, okay? That force that we call man, that force that we call the hierarchy or the angels, quote, began to wander and to think on its own because it was, in fact, the result of the Mother-Father God and had within it all the capacity of God. The question, what it would be like to experience form, to be able to experience each other. So the birth of man as we know man as flesh became a possibility. Now, how is it we are going to make this thing happen? So, in the great experiment that happened after that, birth, the cycle of birth was set up. That is, the egg and the sperm. It's not as simple as I'm saying it here. I mean, it was obviously required much more complexity, and if you will think in terms of time, much more time, although at that level of things there is no time. So, the doorway from spirit into the world of flesh became the sperm and the egg, the vehicle. After the build-up from one cell products, we talk about evolution. Some will say in life that the Bible is the only truth and man was created from the mud of the earth. This is true. But what they do not understand is how. Okay? It was not poof. And there was man. So what we have to discuss then is the process, the build-up from gases and mass of form to a species that was able to develop its own keys from within its own body, the sperm and the egg, creating the doorway. So at the moment that they come together, the spirit of man, the consciousness of man, enters that form, that new form that comes about as a result of the two forces, and begins to orchestrate the development of now that multi-celled thing that you called an embryo. It begins to manufacture from within and multiply until it becomes a child. The consciousness develops it. In that we call the DNA. The DNA is merely a transformer for what is known in the consciousness of man, for the information that is in the consciousness of man. So the DNA is the transformer for those thoughts. The spirit, it comes together and it says, all right, I'm going to have this and I'm going to have that, and I'm going to be like this and I'm going to be like this, and it develops into a child. So the consciousness has already entered in. At the moment, the sperm and egg come together and operates at various levels according to the development of the embryo. It operates first at the level of simply building the structure and taking taking from the mother's body that which it needs.
So it is in control.
It is in control, yes. It is in control of the mother's body, the embryo itself, or the consciousness of that being itself. Takes over. And if you don't, as a mother, don't eat right, it doesn't care. It just, it takes it from you.
It's from your bones.
Yeah. Yes. Because its function, it is functioning at that level of constructing the body that it will use. Does this answer your question about the embryo, or is there...
I guess it had to do with, you said that we come into this form to experience something.
Yes.
Which means that we were something else, or no thing before. So I wanted to know, I guess, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Does the woman get pregnant and you enter into that, or you said that we bring ourselves into this?
Yes, we are in
So I meant
cooperation.
the soul versus this form. At what point is the decision made?
Oh, before the pregnancy even.
Okay, so we're here is in no thingless, or something.
Yes, we are there in no thingness as far as we are, as far as our perception on this earth is concerned. But we exist in another form.
So we decide we want to come into this form,
Yes,
and that's it.
yes. It has been decided even before your mother came in and father came into form. And their mothers and father came into form. It was decided in the beginning. You see, now, the thing that makes this sound confusing is that we are accustomed to linear time. So we say before, before, before. No, that still exists. The beginning still exists and is still happening right now, this moment. So it's really not like time in this sense. So we say from the beginning, that birth, the original form, the original being, is still all of us. And it just kind of breaks up into little parts. So the decision was made before your father's 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 father was born, but yet happens in what appears to be this time. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So even before that, it was decided.
Even though that we are responsible for everything we do and we're entitled to change it, it's still almost locked in.
Well, it is, you remember I have said that all possibility and all probability exist. It is a real thing in its own time. So yes, we do have the ability to choose a different line of reality, but that other one still exists.
Okay.
It's still there. It is still there. You choose a card from the index wheel. It is chosen not because you necessarily say, I want this, but it is chosen by your thought.